Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah. Actually, now you have a class with Ramasamy sir, Dr. Ramasamy sir, but he will take class at 1:30. Now I am going to take you uh, editing for media class. Okay. I'm
Okay.
expecting maximum present tense, but only is 3 year.
So,
Share in the groups. You have a personal group also. I have shared one message in the group. If anyone in the group, the same
yeah.
you can share in another personal group also is there. Maybe you have another personal group.
Yes, yes, sir. Sure, sir.
We'll start our class now.
Sir,
Yesterday,
shared in the.
yeah,
Thank you.
I will share the PPTs also. Another thing is actually allotted. This class is allotted to Sri Satchapal Menon, but sir not have the classes of last 4 days. Now I'm replaced with Satchapal sir for editing for media. Actually, you have in original schedule you have Dr. Ramasamy sir class is now media management, but he will take it 1:30. Right? Is it clear? My voice is clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We understand. Yes, sir.
Right.
Thank you.
Yesterday I gone with 2 units. I gone through with 2 units. Now I am continue with the 3rd unit. Any questions? Any general questions before we start the class?
Sir, regarding assignments, I have a question.
Yeah, I sent a message also earlier class. Again, I'm telling you with own handwriting only, because assignments is nothing like a theory, nothing. It is also like a theory exam only. You are getting 70 marks for theory exams and 30 marks for assignments. So you have to write with your own handwriting. There is a instructions in the question paper. Assignment question papers is very clearly is there any about this instruction, and you can write both sides also, but that should be relief space. means don't write clumsy, relieve space, and you give a paragraphs and subheadings like paragraphs and subheadings like system you have to follow.
Okay, sir. Right.
Is screen is appearing?
Yes, sir, we can see.
Typography, unit number 3, typography.
Yes, sir.
Yesterday we discussed about the editing process and editorial department, unit 1 and unit 2, why editing is required and who is working with the editorial department. All these yesterday we have discussed. Today I'm going to teach you on unit number 3, typography. Yesterday we are started, but lack of time we are concluded without discussing on, and now going on. Typography is a Greek word. Typos means form of word, form, and graph means writing. The art and technique of arranging type to make the language it forms most appealing to transparent learning and recognition.
Sir,
Yes, please.
sir, we can see your name in our textbooks also. Am
Yeah.
I right?
Yes. Who is speaking? Manjula Reddy, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I am the assistant professor in the department, assistant professor and contractual, working
Okay.
with the department.
Okay.
I'm also the course writer of this course book, also some units, and also coordinator.
Okay. Sir, how
Yeah.
can we get your number, sir? Phone number?
I will send you in the chat. Are you not in the group?
Yeah, I'm in the group, sir.
Yeah, there is repeatedly the messages, not repeatedly, off and on and off. My messages comes. There is my number, Sunil Kumar
Okay.
Potana,
Okay, sir.
in the group. Are you in the main group? University
Yeah,
main
I'm
group?
in the main group, sir.
Yeah. Are you from Hyderabad Study Center only?
Yes, sir.
Right. Actually, typography is a not required nowadays technology. Nowadays, technology replaces the work of typography for the sub-editors or editorial department staff. All we are doing on the computer monitor only. But as a professionals, we have to know about the typography, because in the state level eligibility test and the national level eligibility test, they were asked many questions from this technical aspects. From the technical aspect, they were asked questions from this unit. That is why we are included this unit in the course book. Otherwise, in practice, in general practice, we have not much required about this unit, because technology replaced the old conventional methods to new methods. Leading, here you have to know about the leading, tracking, and kerning. Leading means line space between the lines. All these leading and tracking, kerning will appear in the MS Word also. Everyone can nowadays using MS Word. There is a given MS line space 1.0, 1.5, 2.0, 2.5 like that. That is in technical newspaper journalism technical language, that is called leading. And adjusting the space between group of letters means words between the words is called tracking. See, for example, it is appearing on the screen, adjusting, and another word is the. Between this space, is it appearing? Screenshot is the screenshot is appearing for you?
Yes, sir. It was appearing.
Where I am, my cursor is, this is called tracking space. This is called tracking space. And kerning. Kerning means between the pairs of letters. Means here I am showing you P and A. Between the space is called kerning. Earlier, there is a manual arrangements of letters on the casket. There, then time, they required how much letters is filling that particular column and the page size. Nowadays, all it is compiled by the computer itself only. Computer applications are now available. All the sub editors now they are using computer applications only. No need to do manual work at this time. Clear? Next one, we have to know about the sizes of the letters also. It was developed in 1975 by Francisco Ambrose Didot and his son Firmin. We see in the scale, there is a inch, centimeters and inches also in the scale, normal scales. Am I right? In the normal scale, there is a inches. We see inches and centimeters. Response?
Yes, sir. We can
Yes.
observe, sir.
Yes. So 1 centimeter is divided into 6 picas and 72 points. 1 inch is a 72 points and 1 inch is a 6 picas. You will get short, you will get objective type questions in the net or set about this topic. Okay. Next, we'll go for the font size. How much it is the size? We see MS Word, it is clearly mentions 12 font size, 13, 14, 16, like it is appears very cleanly on the MS Word table, MS Word or MS Excel, whatever it is. So already it is fixed in the application, what we are using nowadays. But earlier days, there is no application from the computer sets. So they were used manual. So they required a size for the letter to whenever at that time only they can arrange the letters, how many letters will come in a column and in the page size of their some pages are broadsheet pages, tabloid pages, and mini size also between the tabloid and broadsheet. So they were using with the points only they can adjust the letters in the cascades. Okay. Typefaces means it is a another word is a font. We see all we are now discussing these typefaces, font sizes, all we are regularly seen in the MS Word application. But yet just we are knowing what it is, again repeating. Just as a professionals, we have to know about the typefaces, sizes, all these. Type size represents one aspect of a font. The other aspect is the typeface. Font and typefaces are same meaning only. The font also includes such characteristics as size, weight, italics, and so on. Size, weight is not now we are using. Italics, Roman, italic, all we know it. Normal letter and Roman letters, all we know in the MS Word. Typefaces, some examples are given here. Arial, Helvetica, Times New Roman. Now generally many of using Times New Roman and Verdana, etc. Caliber, some many of there. Next, serif and sans serif. We see the letters which are typing on the MS Word. Some letters as a curves, some letters have no curves. Are you observed earlier? Is are you observed the letters with curves and without curves?
Yes, sir.
Yes, those are the strokes. Some letters with no strokes and no curves, only plain. Some letters means some font size fonts, and some fonts has strokes, curves, all these.
Sir,
So
why this curve, sir? Because to
nothing.
see
This
the
is only
word.
the this is only for the style purpose only.
Okay.
Nothing is difference between the curves with sans serif font and serif font. Sans means without.
Sorry, my daughters learnt this calligraphy. In that also, I find such type of strokes over there.
Strokes, just strokes is for appearing good only, beautiful purpose only they are using. In generally, strokes without strokes is not a matter. For it is the letter should be appear good or beautiful. They were using some strokes letters. The fonts, strokes letters means that will come under the fonts. Okay, here are you seeing on the screen? Serif and sans serif is a one screen on the computer, on the monitor. Are you
Yes,
seeing this
sir.
slide?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yes. See, serifs means nothing. That is a curves and strokes only. Curves are called serifs. Without curves, plain is a sans. Sans means here without. Okay. Examples also given here. You can also observe with your MS Word with you. If you have MS Word, you can observe. In there is a letters with strokes and without strokes and without curves is there. Just for the understanding, we have to know about the sizes, styles of means styles and sizes, and the beautiness of the letters. We have to understand about this serifs and sans serif and sizes, all these. Okay. For example, for sans serif types are Futura book, Arial, Helvetica, Gill Sans, Gothic, etc. Many of there. And again, serif types, for example, Century, Old Style, Times New Roman, Baskerville, Bookman Old Style, Garmon, etc. Once you check here in the MS Word, it is appeared many kind of letters. Many kind of fonts is here. Generally, we are using in general Times New Roman is generally many of using nowadays. Any doubt on this slide? Next, type families and use of fonts and families. It is all general information. Already everyone known it. Who are using MS Word, they know about these general words: Roman, italic, bold, bold and italic. It is required any further clarification on this slide? Is it required any further clarification on this style?
No, sir.
Yes. Yeah, selection and editing of photographs is important for every sub-editor. Otherwise, editorial desk who are working with the editorial desk for electronic media. Otherwise, in a newspaper desk. Image editing. There is a image editing. We have number of softwares. Generally, nowadays we are using in newspapers Adobe Photoshop. For page makeup, they are using Quark Express and Adobe InDesign. Now, Adobe InDesign INDI will come in another unit of Adobe InDesign also. They are using now Adobe InDesign and Quark Express software applications for page makeup. In general, DTP centers and otherwise at a printing presses, they were used page maker because their pages are small size, means A2 size, A2, A3, A4 sizes, A5 size. Then generally they were used A4 means generally what we are using A4 size paper is everyone known it. And A3 means double to the A3, double to the A4. And A5 means half of the A3. Generally that kind of small sizes of textbook, they were used PageMaker software. But in newspapers, use Quark Express, otherwise Adobe InDesign. These two applications are using in the newspapers. And another popular editing programs for editing the photographs are Illustrator, Photoshop. Sometimes we will do it in the Quark Express also, CorelDRAW, etc. We have number of applications. These are applications we have to buy and use it. Sometimes they were offer sometimes free trial for 1 week, 1 month, like that only. That also is appear on the those developed those applications developed in that websites. And another thing is graphics. We will see in the newspapers, especially in electronic media, we will see the graphics. Newspapers only just we will see photographs with us in the page 1, they will give some graphical image illustrations. In electronic media, they will use more graphics. There is vector graphics editors, raster graphics editors, and 3D modulars also available. All these are the applications we have to buy to use it. Okay, these are the applications I am telling about, the Photoshop's photo editing and photo editing for the electronic media and photo editing for the newspaper media, print media, that is print media. And another thing is, while editing, we see some photos with manipulation. So here we have to maintain ethics. Journalism is a professional course. Is a professional profession. So we have to use ethics. In general, we see some social media and otherwise some pamphlets. There is a manipulated photos prints on that papers. But in newspapers, we must follow the ethics while manipulating the photograph. In the photograph, photograph editing applications, we can enhance and transform into one image to another form. Sometimes we see JPG forms and PNG forms. Those are the image forms. Generally in newspapers, they use CMYK TIFF format, TIFF. Generally, while taking photo, it is in the JPEG format, but we have to convert into TIFF format, TIFF format we call. Then only it will takes the Quark Express page. Ethics is an important thing as a professionalist to select and modify the photographs. Clear this unit? We have only few days, means that is only 2 more days only left. We have to cover maximum units in these 3 days only. And already I told you, typography is a not required nowadays work conditions, but we have to know the history. Like a history, we have to know it. Any queries on this unit?
No, sir. We are clear. Thank you.
Right. We'll go to the next unit. Here for examination orientation, you will get one two long, you have to write at least one long answer and one short answer from this unit. And from the unit 1 and unit 2, in that block also you will get at least one long answer and two short answers. If you are read at least two blocks, you will get in the question paper two or three long questions and two or three short questions of these 4 units only, 4 or 5 units only. Next unit, I am going to the next unit. Fourth unit, word processing and desktop publishing. Is the screen share is appearing?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, word processing and desktop publishing. This is only purely we have for awareness purpose only we are given in the course material, course book, for the
But we
purpose of
don't-
awareness only, because this is a small things only for regularly who are using MS Word, and MS Word who are using MS Word is they known all these topics.
We don't see, we see the message, but we don't see any screen, sir.
Screen
We
is not
see a
appearing.
message saying that you're, yeah, that you are screen sharing, but we don't see any actual PPT or any picture or image. You only see the message, sir. We can, as of now. Earlier we could see.
Yeah, I'm sharing again. Is it now? Is it appearing now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Word processing means the use of a program, software application. Here is a software application. Word processing is a software application.
Sir, I think you have to select the,
Yes, please.
you selecting, the arrow is stuck on the unit 4.
Word processing means the use of a program, software application running on a computer to create, edit, format, and store documents. Simple meaning is here given in the textbook also. Simple meaning, word processing is a application, software application program which is used for running, which is running on a computer to create, edit, format, and store documents. For example, MS Word, Linux. MS Word is a well-known application. Okay. A word processor is a device or a computer program that provides for input, editing, formatting.
Sir, we cannot
and
actually see the slide actually.
formatting
cannot
and output of text, often with some additional features.
Sir, we cannot actually see the slide.
Okay. Is it appearing?
No, sir.
we have to know about the outlines and revision marks, footnotes, endnotes in this unit. Outlines, the outline view enable us to see the sketch or all the headings associated with the document. We see in the MS Word, there is a margins, and whenever we open the new one, they ask, there is a number of types. If you want a portrait, otherwise landscape, otherwise A4 size, A3 size, legal size, whatever you want, they ask in the application that ask the question to the user. Yes, that is called outline with the fixed margins, and some arrangements are made in the outlines. Here just we are discussing about the word process. Word process is MS Word. Simply we are speaking about the MS Word, right? Next, desktop publishing for print media. Print media, not only media, any print material, we are now using desktop publishing. In generally, desktop publishing for they were use only DTP operators. Already I told you in earlier topic. For the small quantity, small sizes of print, means books, A5 pages, A5 sizes of pages, they can use desktop publishing DTP. In PageMaker, some applications is there, PageMaker, Quark Express, like for A4, our newspaper style, newspaper for newspapers, Quark Express, and InDesign, now we are using in the newspaper print media. Desktop publishing, this is also called DTP, well known as a DTP, is the creation of documents using page layout software on a personal computer. There is a two types, virtual pages, and nowadays we are seeing all electronic pages. All newspapers are giving in electronic mode also, e-papers available. So they have to change some for virtual pages. Page makeup is a little different than the electronic pages. Next, clear only? All these are the simple things only. Everyone known it about this lesson. Who are using MS Word, a simple application which is available in any computer. Next, about the columns. What is column? Anyone idea? We are seeing in the newspaper there is some 6 columns. In a broadsheet page there is 8 columns, and tablet pages earlier there is a tablet pages. Before COVID-19, every newspaper, Telugu newspaper, some English newspapers also, they were given tablet pages with the 6 columns of a 4 centimeter size. Now we are seeing on all broadsheet pages in Telugu or English newspapers post-COVID time, columns, there is 6 columns in the newspapers. Sometimes while arranging the page makers, page DTP operators, means DTP operators, they could not maintain the columns also. But if column system only it is, then only the reader can read the news. It is a readable only for him, for the reader. Okay, columns, any doubt on the columns?
No, sir.
Yes, we'll go with the style sheet. Every newspaper has a style sheet. They maintain for body text one kind of font and fixed size. For the headings, they can use one kind of fonts, and they use for a 2 column they use some size, 24 minimum size. Otherwise, some 3 columns, they use 36 minimum size. Some 4 column item, they use some 72 size. It is all fixed in the application, means Park Express application, otherwise InDesign application. For subheadings, we see subheadings are bullet points. We call in generally subheadings, sometimes it is a bullet points in general. For those also fixed font size is there in newspaper style sheet. Every newspaper has a own style sheet. Sometimes here I am discussing about the technical aspects of the fonts and sizes, all this. But sometimes new style sheet is also calls the policy of the newspaper. Which kind of news they were covered in their newspaper according to their management policy. Okay. Here I'm telling about the technical aspect of style sheet. Technical aspect only means fonts, font sizes, subheadings, which size, and fonts in which font type. All these are covered in the style sheet. Some functional keys also we can arrange the functional keys also. For example, subheading with the F1 function key, we have to make first only we have to arrange the function. For example, F1 key, if we press F1 key, automatically a 24 size of Times New Roman, for example, I'm telling Times New Roman font with 24 size and and bold size also comes with a one key only. F1, F2, F3, F4, there is a function keys on the keyboard. Many sub-editors, they use function keys for the speed of work. Speed of their work, they use function keys. They were set in the style sheet only. Next, page layout. Page layout is how the elements are laid on the page orderly, beautifully, and preciously for readable, easy readable to the readers. Page layout is how the elements are laid down on the page. Okay. Now, all the applications we are using nowadays on computer monitor only. Earlier, some 15-20 years ago also, there is a like what we see in the X-ray film, like that there is a film, bromide film. They use means there is a staff for that work. For example, DTP operator who did a news article on the computer, he will give that piece to the paper setters, means they are called bromide setters. Some word I am not exactly remember, but there is a no setup nowadays. Earlier, some 20 years ago is there. They were just add all the advertisement, for example, advertisements, newspaper, news articles, and images. They were cut it and paste on the image, that bromide film. Now we are seeing only computer to plate, CTP under computer to plate. What we are seeing on the computer, that will get on the printed version of newspaper. So now we are using computer to plate, CTP. What you see, WYSIWYG, what you see is what you get. What you see is on the monitor, what that will get on the printed newspaper. Clear? Next, we are already discussed DTP applications. DTP applications, particularly for the newspapers, we are using Quark Express. There is a number of versions. Quark Express latest version is a 10, I think so 10.1, like now latest version is there. And Adobe InDesign, PageMaker, PageMakers for small books, book images, pages. They were for printing small books. They were used PageMaker application. These are the applications. There are many applications is there, like for example Urdu, Persian, and Arabic, Pasto, like left to left to writing languages newspaper. They use in page. Their English and Urdu, Arabic, those languages also cover in that application that is called in page. In page is also a application for page makeup, for particularly for the Urdu, Persian, Arabic, Pashto languages. And there is a more applications like page maker, frame maker, and Scribus, Corel Draw, like Microsoft also one application like Microsoft Publisher, I think Microsoft Publisher. These are the DTP applications for print media. Clear? I'm going to the next slide. What is the difference between DTP and word processing? There is no much differences, but word processing is simply we will see a A4 size page on the MS Word application. Only we will get one page after only one page. In DTP, there is a link with each paper. We can add how much size we can do our size of newspaper in the DTP. And word processing only just a small things for basic purpose of using of print versions. They use word processing. DTP, once we will recall here about the DTP, type of frame based software that helps in creating documents with the use of page layout software on the personal computer. Again, recall about the word processing. This is a basic editing and input, formatting and output of the text with some additional features. Each nowadays developed all features in the both word processing and DTP also, because there is a versions comes. For example, new Quark Express. Some 20 years ago, it is a Quark Express 3 version and Quark Express 4 version. Very recently, Quark Express 8 version is using, and another latest one is Quark Express 10 version also nowadays now available on the market. Like word processing also, every MS Word, we see MS Word 1997, MS Word 2000, MS Word 2003, now MS Word XP version. You have to here give some examples in this content. DTP versus word processing. Word processing, for example, is a MS Word, and DTP, for example, is a Quark Express, Adobe Design, and InPage, Scribus, Corel Draw. All these are the examples for DTP. Any doubt on this unit? Response, please. చిన్న శ్రీను, మీరు ఎక్కడి నుండి, ఎక్కడ సెంటర్?
Sir, I am from Vizag, sir. Vizag center, sir.
వైజాగ్. ఓకే,
I am
అర్థమవుతుందా?
from. Yes, sir. I can understand.
అంటే ఫాస్ట్ గా ఉందా, స్లోగా ఉందా, లేదంటే
No, no, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
ఈజీ టు అండర్స్టాండ్?
Yes, sir. It is very understand.
ఇంకా మీ మీ దగ్గర సెంటర్ లో ఉన్న మిగతా వాళ్ళని కూడా ఓన్లీ ఫ్యూ క్లాసెస్ లెఫ్ట్, ఫ్యూ
Yes, sir.
డేస్ ఓన్లీ అటెండ్ కమ్మని చెప్పండి మీ దగ్గర ఉన్న పర్సన్స్, మీ స్టూడెంట్స్ కి, మీ మీన్స్ మీ క్లాస్మేట్స్ కి.
Yes, sir.
రాజమల్లయ్య గారు ఉన్నారా? రాజమల్లయ్య, రాజమల్లయ్య గారు ఉన్నారా? రాజమల్లయ్య గారు ఉన్నారా? క్లాస్ వింటున్నారా? నరసింహారావు గారు, రాచకొండ నరసింహారావు గారు, క్లాస్ వింటున్నారా?
Yes, sir.
చెప్పండి, మీ సజెషన్స్ ఏమైనా ఉంటే చెప్పండి, ఏమైనా క్వరీస్ ఉంటే అడగండి. ఎందుకంటే ఇంటరాక్షన్, నాట్ ఓన్లీ వన్ వే కమ్యూనికేషన్, దిస్ ఈస్ ఇంటరాక్షన్ కమ్యూనికేషన్. యూ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ క్వరీస్ and general discussion also, we have to maintain general discussion and interaction also, then only the purposeful of the online counseling class.
Sir, yes, sir, I am hearing clearly, sir. You
Okay.
are well explained, sir. Thank you for your giving this opportunity to learn such things from these good organizations.
Okay, what we are learned here, 2 units very actually I am going very fastly, I think so. Just I am attaining the topics and not in a detailed explanation, but just we are moving only because these 2 are we known in MS Word application. That is why I am going a little fast. Okay, no problem with this coverage of,
Yes, sir, no problem.
of
No
lecture.
problem, sir.
Right, we'll go other lecture
That
also.
is nice, sir.
Okay,
sir.
we'll go other lecture, other unit also, because these 2 blocks already someone attend yesterday class. Narasimharao garu attend the yesterday class. Chinna Srinu,
Yes,
Chinna
sir,
Srinu,
yes, sir.
మీరు ఎక్కడ నుండి?
We both attended.
Okay,
Sir, Chinna from Srikakulam, sir.
చిన్న శ్రీను
We
ఎక్కడ
both
నుండి?
attended, sir. He is from Srikakulam, sir.
చిన్న శ్రీను
Center is Visakhapatnam.
228 center, otherwise Vizag center.
Vizag center, sir. Both are from Vizag center.
Okay,
Sir,
okay,
we
Chinna
both
Srinu
are from
and
Vizag
myself
center,
from
sir.
Vizag.
రైట్. మిగతా వాళ్ళ దగ్గర, మీ దగ్గర ఉన్న మిగతా స్టూడెంట్స్ కూడా మీరు రేపు ఎగ్జామ్స్ రాసేటప్పుడు చెప్పండి. అంటే ఫర్దర్ మీకు ఆఫ్లైన్ క్లాసెస్ మీ దగ్గర ఉండకపోవచ్చు, ఎందుకంటే మీ దగ్గర స్ట్రెంత్ తక్కువ ఉంది వైజాగ్ సెంటర్ లో.
Yes, sir. There is no offline classes.
అందుకే మీరు ఆన్లైన్ క్లాసెస్ వినండి. తర్వాత మీకు ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే కూడా ఇంటరాక్షన్ విత్ ద కౌన్సిలర్స్ అండ్ faculty of the department. I am from the faculty of the department. Are you in the group?
Yes, sir. We both are in the main group, yes, sir.
In a main group.
We both in
Our
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
created a new group in the. We are created when new means one group with the your classmates all from all centers. Okay, now I'm
yes,
going
sir. Yes, sir. We are
with the
we are in
unit
that.
5 also. It is second
MA journalism's formal group, in case they want to verify. We
yeah, you have another formal group also.
create groups, formal group.
Okay.
No, yes, sir. MA journalism, Miro Yadgiri sir create చేసింది. where we are all a part. So all updates are coming there, sir. That's for all
this is the
students
official
from
group.
all study centers.
This is the official group, and
Yes, sir.
anything else? Can I go to the unit 5? This is also basic things only we'll discuss in the unit 5 also. Layout and design. Unit 5 is a layout and design. Layout is a graphic activity of arranging all visual elements on a page. Definition of the layout. Layout is a graphic activity of arranging all visual elements on a page. Print media, for print media, what we see in the pages, what elements is composed in the page for print media? General question. What we seen in the newspaper
Headline,
print?
headline,
Text means text matter, and
headlines,
okay, text, that is also text matter only.
images,
Pictures, images, and sometimes graphical images, illustrations also we seen in the print media. For electronic media is a different layout and design, because there is a wing PCR called. PCR is a wing is there. They can monitor all this layout and video input, video output are different from the electronic media and print media. Okay. Again, print media, high level layout and low level pagination. There is a two types is there. For example, we see a broadcast broad page size of a newspaper, that is a high level layout. There is a we seen off page, above the off page with the images, graphics only it is. For a instant happened, a big instant is happened, when we will see only main attention of the reader will focus on the image only, and the headline, which is only one word or two words, but it is reflects the entire theme of the news article. That is a high level layout. High level layout is the overall placement and positioning of text, images, were appropriate to the size and shape of the newspaper medium, newspaper size. For example, broadsheet, otherwise tabloid page, and sometimes it is depends on the paper size also. Yesterday we discussed about the paper size. Big dailies, medium dailies, small dailies, they have to maintain that kind of pagination, otherwise that is not readable for the readers. Readers of that big dailies expects the page layout should be attractive. And another type is low level pagination. Generally here is only some text, headline text comes, and body text, one image, a simple setup with a, sometimes it is also earlier days, some 20 years, 25 years ago, this kind of layer pagination are used, because when there is a no modern technologies of these applications, pagination applications is not available some 25 years ago. At the then time, they used only low level pagination, means some one heading, one photo, sometimes some body text. We see very recently in social media, we saw, for example, at the time of August 15th, Independence Day, some newspapers, some statesmen, the Hindustan Times, their page one papers on that day, very recently also we shared in the groups many newspapers, many in WhatsApp groups. Of the 1947s of newspapers, there is only one image, one big headline, and body text only is there. There is a no designs, much designs. Now it is coming, and there is an advertisement also. One corner is a one advertisement, and some text, some image of the then Prime Minister flag hosting or speaking, and one headline, and some subheadings. That is a low-level pagination. High-level pagination is now we are seeing in our newspapers very only one word, two word headlines with the graphical image. This is high-level layout. Why a good layout is required? ఎందుకు అవసరం ఉంటుంది? మంచి లేఅవుట్ ఎందుకు అవసరము? మామూలుగా న్యూస్ పేపర్స్ ఇస్ అ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్, అక్యురేట్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఓన్లీ. క్రెడెన్షియల్ విత్ ద credit goes with the news quality only. But why it is required a good layout? For advertisement brochures, we see some real estate advertisement brochures, otherwise a corporate companies, their advertisement brochures. There is a good layout. Once we see that one only, we will attract that company, otherwise that organization. But newspaper, that much kind of requirement, is it required for that much kind of attraction? In generally, there is a no required, but in the competitive world, newspaper managements also giving good layouts. Then only the reader will attract that newspaper. For a good layout, what are the essentials to attract the reader language wise? The first paragraph and a few paragraphs of the news article, which are the showcase of that publication. If we see, if we read one paragraph only, we will understand the entire theme of that news article. So we have to, nowadays compare with the competitors, we have to give some gist in the first paragraph only. See, the news reader is not did not show the much interest if there is a complete text in the page one. He will see only subheadings and gist. Nowadays our page layouts are coming like that only, with a one full image and a paragraph of the theme of that news article. Then there is the dialogue is, see for full details, see the page number 2, page number 3, or page number 8, some there is given. So it is attracts. For a why a good layout required? To attract the reader. And a good layout tempt the reader with the characteristic expression and ideas. Nowadays of designing is a photo montage. Photo montage with appropriate write-up will add grace to the publication. Instead of 1,000 words, there is a quote. A picture can represent the 1,000 words. So now layout designing, they are using a pictures with a small write-up, and the details will, you can see for full details in the page number 2, page number 3, or inside pages they are giving the instruction. And illustrations, pictures, or the reading matter, as well as the content of the text. Okay. So anyway, layout and design is to attract the reader, will make the page look more attractive.
Sir,
Yes,
all
please.
this applicable for the print media only.
Yeah, we are in this chapter, we are especially focusing on the print media only.
Okay.
There is a chapter number 11 is particularly about the broadcast editing. Because already I told you about the electronic media is a separate wing. PCR wing is there. PCR, some PCR wing, and input and output editors is there. They were give the graphical images and they will create the video journalists is the are appointed in the electronic media. They can do graphical videos. For print media, only graphic designer do all these activities. For the only illustration purpose only it is. Illustration is the mixing of images and graphics. Images is only picture captured by the camera. Okay, picture or image is a capture from the camera only. Illustrations with the designing work, or designer will add some images also, some graphics also in that illustration. Difference between the illustration and normal image. Okay. Layout of newspapers. Layout of the newspaper, which comprises of setting of text matter and captions, images, comes under the layout of newspapers. A combination of setting, text matter, captions, illustrations, diagrams in a beautiful manner is the layout of a publication. Clear? In the text component, we see columns, single column, double column news, triple column news, sometimes settings also, flash left, flash right. We see in particularly in English newspapers, there is a headline with only left side. It is appear in the MS Word also. We are generally we known it paragraph in MS Word. There is a toolbar, left side letters and right side letters, and adjustment. Sometimes it will come in the center. All these components related to the text component. Okay. Setting of conventional style. Sometimes they could not follow the columns system. They could follow only according to their design. Designers, graphic designers, or designers of the newspaper, they will give the text in which is which is easily readable to the reader. There only they will give, because of they have to see the colors of the image and the colors of the text. Generally, text color will come in the black only. All newspapers will follow the black newspapers, black color only. Some designed headings only they were used in multiple colors. It is very rarely now. Earlier, some newspapers they are giving colors for their headlines, but now they were also giving black and white only, even though it is a color paper also. Some newspapers they are giving all pages in colors, but they are using for headlines and body text also in black color only. Caption setting also we will see in the
Sir, why
caption set,
black color only, sir? Why not colors?
because black color only attract the news, attract the readers.
Oh,
This is eye contact. Eye contact is a black color only.
eye catching, something like that.
Yes. Because if the other colors also mixed with the black only, there is a composition. So sometimes in this CMYK publication, some other colors will see some shadows in some. If it is in a color headline, there is a, if it is not mixed, it will come like a shadow of the another color. So that is why nowadays all newspapers, including Telugu newspapers, also giving headlines, including headlines also in the black color only. But they are giving some strokes. All these are in their headings. But particularly they are using only black colors only, preferable for the black colors only. In CMYK, we see in the newspaper and there is a 4 colors CMYK. You know, CMYK, are you known about the CMYK?
No, sir, we don't know.
There is a C for some pink color, some blue color model only. It is, but light blue. It is called cyan. M is a magenta, and Y is yellow. And again here black. Black means actually we have to see here CMYB, but it is B in place of B. We are giving for black is a key color. So that is called key color. Black is the key color. So that is why they were give CMYK. We have to know about the CMYK colors. Okay, in newspapers, any newspaper will print in these 4 colors only. What we are appearing is a mixing of, for example, we see a green is a mix of some C or M. I don't know exactly the mixture of the colors combination, but these 4 colors only mixing will come the green color, otherwise the dark blue, all these. Caption settings also sometimes it will come in the center, otherwise left side or right side, sometimes inverted pyramid styles, sometimes ribbons, sometimes it will comes under the boxes. It is depends on their style of a newspaper. Style sheet, already we have discussed about the style sheet. So every newspaper is a particular style sheet. So they can give their captions about the picture in their own style. Display of pictures. We will see rectangle pictures, sometimes vertical pictures, sometimes horizontal pictures in the newspaper. There is a no limit which is suitable, and to attract the reader, they can use the designer can use in that style. There is a no limit to use a rectangle image, otherwise a square image, otherwise vertical style of image, horizontal style of image, diagonal style of image. It is depends on the it is the work of the designer, and he or she look after the reader's attraction. Layout softwares, especially we are using layout softwares, Park Express and InDesign. These 2 are the main applications which are using in newspaper print media. Park Express is introduced in the 1987, and PageMaker, another software application, is PageMaker, which is PageMaker was also introduced in 1998 after 9 years, and InDesign is another application, was introduced in 1990. Just we are knowing about the history of the applications, main softwares of the page layout applications. While doing layout, we have to take some steps. We have to give some importance to some elements, that is size of the page and size of the margins and size and position of images and figures. See, generally newspaper designer will divide the entire newspaper broadsheet page into 4 parts. So you have to maintain the balance. For example, one news article covers the top of the page with the image, the down half of the page. For example, there is a up of the page, the image is right side. The designer will go with the next image in the down half of the page is left side, otherwise right side. So they change the positions, because there is a not a rule, but they can every designer can follow. A image should not be adjoined to another image. Some text have to give another image beside that text. Then only there is a no confusion for the reader. Sometimes we see 2 images or 3 images, that is a photo gallery. So it is possible, no problem. If there is a continuously image beside another image, it can be settable. But if one story article is the headline and image, then a news story article in 2 columns. For example, we will take like that. In the beside the 2 columns, there is another 2 column news story. For example, same design like a heading and image and 2 column of news, it will not attract the newspaper reader. At that time, what the designer do, he will give headline, otherwise he will give the photo top of the news headline, and then he will give the headline, then after only give news content. Like while preparing layout, we have to follow some elements like size of page, margins, positions of images, and whether it is a double column or a single column or a triple column, and their newspaper policy. And another important word is white space, because if already in the examination also I advise the students number of times, your answer script should be gives more white space. You have to give paragraph system, and don't write clumsy. Some page start the word with the start with the page, and it will end with the words only, continuously words only. That is not attract the reader. You have to give paragraph system, and will give for paragraph 1 tab, and repeated in a page at least 2 or 3 paragraphs, and with the subheadings, it will attract the reader, even though examiner. You must follow this element. Colors also one of the important aspect for layout. Already I explained about the style sheet. There is every newspaper has one style sheet, so they can follow that style sheet only, how the headline the size of the headline and the subheading sizes of the subheadings and body text and font size, fonts, different fonts, all will look in while preparing the layout by the designer. Preparation of dummy. Actually, some 25 years ago, 30 years ago, already I told you about the bromide copy. Like it is looks like a X-ray film, bromide film. There is a dummy copy. First, you have to the personals who are working with this department, means production department. They have to arrange the all news articles, photographs, and advertisements in a dummy page. They have to print. They produce that one for printing. Then only they see that print copy. That is a dummy page. But now the technology is us in this work. So we can already, what you see is what you get. What you are seeing on the computer monitor, that is you are getting in a print version also. So preparation of dummy is not a matter of nowadays work nature for a editorial desk or otherwise a newspaper organization. While giving a page layout, we have the designer is look after the balance. Balance means, see, there is a reader attract will in a Z position. Reader can read first top of the page as a Z position. Eye contact will go to the Z position only. Z, how it is the letter like that only. So designers will give their importance of news text and pictures in that eye contact of the attraction of the readers only. That is why he has to look in the balance and contrast. Sometimes we see above of the page it is a dark colors and below of the page it is a light colors. It may not attract the reader to read the entire page. So contrast, balance, and focusing. Z, I told you about the Z angle. Reader can attract of the Z, will go reading with the Z attraction only. And proportion, which if we see already, I told you, columns, for example, top is there in an image, immediately be the text, and in another quarter page of the page should be the image is below the text, and another quarter is some image maybe in the center, and another quarter maybe the image is below the top. Like proportion also is a matter for while preparing the layout. Unity means the designer should check all the balances and focus, contrast, proportion, all this comes under the unity. It is relating to the design elements, to the idea being expressed in a painting, the principle of the unity. Any doubts on the unit number 5? Just I am gone through the important points only. I here explained about the important points of this unit. Is there any queries? Next week on Saturday, my class will be the 1:30 p.m. only. Next Saturday, 10th of December, 1:30 is my class, and 12 o'clock, Dr. Ramasamy sir will come. Now 1:30, Dr. Ramasamy sir will come. I will conclude the this session. If any queries, you can contact me in the group also. Otherwise, a personal number also. I have personal contact also. Contact is there in the group. You can contact in the group. We'll clarify any in general your queries or doubts. Okay. Ending the session. Response.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Right.
Okay.
Understood. Thank
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
రామనాథం గారు మీరు ఎక్కడి నుండి?
Sir, I am from Kamam, sir.
ఖమ్మం మీన్స్ స్టడీ
Yes.
సెంటర్ ఆఫ్ విజయవాడ.
No, sir, Hyderabad. only.
హైదరాబాద్ ఓన్లీ.
Yes,
రైట్
sir.
రైట్. ఓకే.
Thank you.
నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్ కూడా ఉంటుందండి, వినండి. మీరు మాక్సిమం
sure,
క్లాసెస్ వినండి.
Yes, we have been attending,
ఫ్యూ
sir.
క్లాసెస్ ఓన్లీ. వి హావ్ ఓన్లీ 3 days more, 3 days only.
Sir.
Right.
Okay, thank you very much.